Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Sarah Johnson. I want to thank you for stopping by to listen to this brilliant message that I have to share with you today. So, in this video, I am going to share a very simple yet profoundly powerful technique that you can begin using today to help improve or to help in improving your self-confidence. So it's a very powerful technique on improving self-confidence. It's called a negativity zapper. And most of us are suffering low self-confidence simply because we have this negative chatter going on in our mind. We think that we're not good enough or people are going to criticize us. So if we're operating from that vantage point, that's not going to help our level of confidence. As a matter of fact, it will adversely impact our confidence. It will continue to diminish as time progresses. So in order to change the negativity that's taken a stronghold in our mind, we have to first become aware of the thoughts that's going through our mind. We have to in order to change things, you first have to become aware of it. So in order to become aware of it, you have to monitor your thoughts. So this negativity zapper requires that you get a rubber band. I have two on my wrist here. However, you don't need two. You just need one. I would suggest you get the thicker ones because these are a little bit flimsy and I've had to change them several times. So you need the rubber band, and in order to be successful with this technique, you have to wear your rubber band for 21 consecutive days on the same wrist. So the first thing that you want to do is on a daily basis, you want to monitor the thoughts that are going through your mind. So you want to monitor it for negativity primarily. So think about, when you're complaining, when you're having negative mental rehearsal or negative anticipation, thinking that things are going to go wrong, or when you're complaining and gossiping in your mind about other people or yourself. So when you find yourself doing that, you want to zap yourself with the rubber band, and it's going to sting. And as many of you may know, our brains, the human brain, is programmed to run away from what it deems as painful and to gravitate toward things that are pleasurable. So this is very painful. So throughout the course of the day, whenever you find yourself thinking negative things, complaining about negative things, negative people, situation, you want to zap yourself. And you're allowed to do that up to 5 times. So you're allowed to zap yourself. Once you zap yourself, you want to self-correct the thought. So you want to think the positive version of that thought. So if you think, well, I hate my husband, or my husband gets on my nerves, you want to think the opposite. You want to think about, how he's helpful. He helps to watch your kids and runs errands, goes grocery shopping. You want to think, all the ways that he's helpful. You want to reverse that thought. So you're allowed to do that up to 5 times. Zap yourself, reverse the thought, and so you want to do that for 5 times. If you have done that for 6 or more times, you will have to move the rubber band to the opposite wrist. So again, you zap yourself, self-correct the thought. You can do that up to 5 times when you find yourself thinking negatively about anything. You zap yourself and self-correct that thought. You want to think the opposite of the thought. After 5 times, you want to move it to the opposite wrist. The second part of this is if you find yourself engaging in negative conversation with someone else about other people, situation, things that's going on. If you find yourself verbalizing those negatively, you want to zap yourself, correct the thought, say the opposite or the positive version of the thought, but you will move the rubber band to the opposing wrist immediately. So you're not allowed 5 times when you think it. So the main difference is if you think it, you zap yourself, self-correct up to 5 times for that day without having to move the rubber band to the opposite wrist. After 5 times, you move the rubber band. Now, if you find yourself out speaking, complaining negatively about other people's situation, you zap yourself, correct the thought, and move the rubber band immediately. So the object here is to have the rubber band on one wrist for 21 days. I have been doing this for almost 3 full weeks now. And let me tell you, in the beginning, it's going to be very rocky. I found myself moving the rubber band several times for the day. But as the weeks progress, I find myself getting the hang of it, really becoming aware of my thought, not engaging in negative thoughts, as often as I've done before. And I'm keeping the rubber band on the same wrist for a longer period of time. So I have my days, but you cannot change things that you're not aware of. Scientists are saying that if you do this for 21 days with success, then you will have rid yourself for about 95 to 99% of the negative chatter that's going on in your mind. That is a tremendous success. So I invite you to join me on this journey of growing and evolving and being the best version of ourselves. Join me. I invite you to join me and do this task, do this technique. Make it a game. Invite your other family members to do it. And whichever person gets to 21 days first, then they may win a prize or take them to dinner, whatever. Make it fun. But trust me, don't mistake the simplicity. Simplicity doesn't mean that it's ineffective. It's a very powerful technique, and I suggest that you do it. Share your thoughts down low in the video. I would love to hear how it's going for you, especially when you begin. I would love to hear about your experience. So share that, or head over to my blog. I'll post this video on my blog as well, and share it in the comment section. So I thank you again for stopping by. Thank you for stepping up in your life and really doing the work to be better, or to let that light that's hidden within us shine so bright, because the world is waiting for it. People are waiting for you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.